What's up, you guys? It's Jono! Tonight, I'm evolving a super strong Diglet. Now, you may be asking yourself, Jono, who cares? It's just Diglet. Well, it's kind of one of those things where I want to have a perfect Pokemon from every species. I want to have a perfect specimen, and so far, this is my perfect specimen. Now, how do I know that he's perfect? He's not really perfect. He's not perfect IVs, but he's one of the really top specimens of Diglet that I've ever picked up. So he's my perfect specimen for now, and he'll be my perfect one until I replace him with a stronger one. So it looks like my Diglet is really strong. His best quality is his attack, and he has a perfect attack score, which is great. That's a really good, that's a good attribute to have a good score on. So I'm happy with his score there. And look at his CP, it's 401, and it's like, well, is that strong? Let's go ahead and look at the max CP chart over here. You can see the max CP, I'll go to the top so you know what all this is. Max CP values for a level 40 is the left column, and a level 30 is the column next to that. Those are important to know as we look through these numbers. Let's see, I think I passed it. So there's Diglet. 465 is max. That's the biggest Diglet you could possibly get in the entire game for a level 40 trainer. For a level 30 trainer, it's 423. So as you can see, my Diglet is 401, so he's pretty much almost max. He's the biggest Diglet I ever saw, and before the rebalancing, he was even bigger, but he got, I don't know, they made Diglet go down, but they made Dugtrio go up. It doesn't make sense to me, but they did that with a lot of Pokemon. It's kind of weird. But basically what I'm going to do here is evolve this Diglet. Now, I did power him up to max. I was just very curious. I was like, well, I wonder how high he's going to go. And then I was like, well, I may as well evolve him. So I busted out the video so I could do the evolution. I don't know if he's going to get good moves, but I powered him up anyway just because I was curious to see how big my Diglet was. I'm a level 34 trainer at the time of recording this video. So level 34, I had a 401 Diglet. This Dugtrio I'm hoping is like 1200 or something really strong that I've never seen that strong before. Yeah! Feels good because I've never seen one that strong before, and I was like, please don't be like really crappy. Now he got the worst moves. He got Sucker Punch, which I believe is a dark type move, which is terrible. That makes no sense. And he also got Mud Bomb. But one of the reasons that I'm saving these Dugtrios, and I'm happy about having these strong Dugtrios, is because Dugtrio eventually has an evolution. I don't know. I think it's Generation 3 or Generation 4 or something like that. I'm like, I really don't want to be carrying around these Dugtrios until Generation 3 gets released. But at the end of the day, I do have some pretty good Dugtrios, and it's like I really shouldn't just be hanging on to them, and you know, just I shouldn't, or rather I shouldn't be getting rid of them when I could be keeping really good specimens of Pokemon that will be my perfect specimen later on. So it's kind of like, well, eventually I do want to have a perfect Dugtrio or whatever it evolves into, and I'm gonna need these guys for when that happens. So I've just been kind of carrying them around. But in terms of having a perfect specimen, top CP and decent moves would have been great, but top CP is just like, I want people to look at my Dugtrio and go, dang, Jono, how did you get such a strong Dugtrio? And I'm like, well, I just worked and worked and worked, and I took it seriously that I wanted to get a perfect Dugtrio, and that's the same way that I feel about my Onix collection. I want people to be like, Jono, how did you get that Onix that is so strong? I wish that I had the patience to actually power up an Onix. I could power this dude up like one time, but look, he's only gonna get like 7 CP. I don't think I'll ever have an Onix that's over 1000 CP, but you know, maybe one day, hashtag goals, maybe I'll have like a strong Onix. And I know when Generation 2 comes out, there'll be Steelix, but unfortunately there is not a Generation 2 evolution for Dugtrio. So Dugtrio needs to get buffed or something. Dugtrio is such a weak Pokemon. I mean, 1200? That is not strong. That's not strong in the Pokemon world. Now, that's great for this particular Dugtrio. It's the biggest one I've ever seen. I challenge someone to find a bigger one, but it's kind of like, well, who cares? It's only 1200. I'm never, ever going to fight that Pokemon. And Dugtrio was strong in the original game. I had some really good Dugtrios in the original game, so I don't think that it's really fair that they made Dugtrio so weak in the game. Same thing with Persian too. This is my perfect Persian specimen. And Play Rough, Feint Attack, I'm happy with the Fairy Attack, you know. But out of all of the Halloween event and all of the Meowths that I got, that was the best Persian that I could come up with. 1200, a little bit over 1200. So it's just difficult. It's difficult when some of these Pokemon were good in the original game and they are not good in this game. I wish that they would buff a lot of these guys. But in the meantime, I'm just hanging on to my perfect Dugtrio. And now that I know that they will buff some Pokemon, maybe they'll eventually buff my Dugtrio and he'll be super strong. Just like all these Rhyhorns that I was hanging on to. And I'm like, well, I'll never use these Rhyhorns, and now they're like 2,600. I'm like, well, I guess maybe I will use these Rhyhorns. They're incredibly strong. And check it out, I've got a 1,200 Rhyhorn. I'll evolve it eventually, but I haven't got around to it yet. But yeah, I just wanted to evolve that, show you guys the evolution on video. And I think it's important to show my evolutions on video so you guys can see what I'm up to in the game. And that's Diglet that I've been hanging on to for quite a while. And I thought, hey, it's cold outside. I don't want to go outside. I'm not going Pokemon hunting tonight. So I was like, let me just stay in and do evolution. So a couple of evolution videos for you guys. Thanks everybody for watching. Thanks to all my awesome subscribers. You guys are the best. And I am still walking Muck. You guys, or I'm walking Grimer, I should say. I'm up to 24 candies, so I'm halfway to my goal on getting those candies, and people always want to know what level I am, so I'm level 34. Alright everybody, thanks for watching my video, you guys. Thanks to my amazing subscribers, you guys are the best, and peace!